The South African Police Service Chief Financial Officer Lieutenant General Buleng Dimpane has distanced herself from Police Minister Senzo Mchunu decision to disband the Political Killings Task Team, saying her internal information note was misrepresented and used without her consent. Testifying before the Parliament's ad hoc committee probing allegations raised by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Head Lieutenant General Ndlamkhwanazi, Dimpane revealed she was stunned to learn that her memo had been used by Mchunu as evidence supporting the task team's dissolution. Mchunu, who has since been placed on enforced leave, referenced the document during his earlier appearance before the same committee. According to Dimpane, her information note had not recommended dismantling the PKTT. Instead, she said, it proposed that SAPS conduct a formal study to assess whether the 5-year-old task team should become a permanent, properly resourced structure. And said, I was shocked to hear about that information note being utilized as evidence in this regard. Nobody has ever asked me about the context of that particular comment. Nobody. Dimpane said the funding request in question had been submitted by the PKTT project leader in March, shortly before the close of the financial year. Her subsequent memo, addressed to the National Commissioner, merely flagged the need for long-term planning, accountability, and adequate budgeting, and said it was a conversation with the National Commissioner where I made several observations. It is being taken out of context as if I was advocating for the disbandment of the political killing task team. I did not give anyone permission to use that document or physically hand it to anyone. She added that she does not know how Mchunu or Deputy Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya obtained her internal note. Meanwhile, Dimpane confirmed that the forensic probe into SAPS tender awarded to controversial businessman and attempted murder accused Vusimuzi Madlala is nearing completion. A final report is expected in December. Meanwhile, the members of parliament grilled the SAPS chief financial officer on the cost of political killings task team and other financial matters within the organization. The committee relocated proceedings from parliament to Gauteng this week, where they are stationed at Kgosi Mampuru Correctional Center in Tshwane. The decision was made to hear the testimony of tenderpreneur Vusimuzi Madlala, who is currently in custody. During her testimony, Dimpane explained that the PKTT has received a total of 435 million rand in funding since establishment. She also answered whether the current expenditure trends are normal. If those task teams were permanent, regular SAPS members, the cost for accommodation and meals would be significantly lower if members could stay at home. She explained that currently the division, supply chain management, was not integrated into the CFO's office within the SAPS. Lieutenant General Molefe Fane is currently responsible for the supply chain management and reports directly to the National Commissioner. Since May 2025, a new organizational structure has been approved that amends the reporting line of the division SCM to report directly to the CFO, but the new structure is yet to be implemented, pending restructuring processes unfolding within the relevant structures. When questioned about concerns of overburdening in this new structure by the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, Dimpo said it will be a lot of work. As I have indicated, SAPS is a huge institution. We have a big asset base and we have issues that we need to deal with from a financial point of view. And further stated that I think the implementation in terms of this particular structure differs from the departments. In small departments, you will find that supply management reporting to the CFO because it is not rational that the supply chain is separate in a department that is deemed to be small. But it will be a lot of work. It will require all hands on deck to work together and ensure that we uphold the law in terms of ensuring that people comply. She said that she believes conversations and preparations in terms of full implementation of the structure are continuing. With regards to mitigating wasteful expenditure, she said that there are inefficiencies in the process, but there is an SAPS committee on fruitless and wasteful expenditure. I said when I come, I established that particular committee and I cannot vouch for its effectiveness at this point in time. When pressed on why Timpane explained that when she first arrived in 2019, the SM division was within the office of the CFO, but then a decision was made to separate it. Questioned by the Democratic Alliance on the bypassing of internal audit system, General Timpane said there are controls in place and the issue is override by people and lack of consequence and accountability. Ian Cameroon, who is also the chair of the Portfolio Committee on Police, said that they heard from the Auditor General a few weeks back that the SAPS has about 2.5 billion rand in an uninvestigated irregular expenditure which has not been escalated to the relevant authorities, and said, if I'm correct, there are about 275 transactions lying in there, and the National Commissioner has instructed SCM to unpack and allocate these transactions to everyone so that there is accountability. There have been efforts where around 111 transactions were submitted to the National Treasury as the condoning authority. It may appear that the National Treasury returns some of those transactions because of other information that was missing. So if you send to the condoning authority, you need to ensure that there's compliance in terms of the National Treasury framework. You should have investigated. There should have been discipline. You should have confirmed that there was no fraud, no corruption, and all those things. Timpane said the National Commissioner was delegated here to assist SCM in this matter. And said during September, we had a very progressive meeting with the National Treasury. There is a team that is willing to support us, giving us directions, guidance in terms of how to deal with this. However, the ones that have been returned without condoning, this delegation then gives the account holder the authority to remove these sections from the book. But it is not just going to be a removal. You need to ensure that there is a compliance in terms of paragraph 5.6 of the National Treasury Framework. General Timpane also made sure to reiterate that she was not advocating for the disbandment of the PKTT, but rather that it become a permanent structure within the SAPS instead of the task team intervention.
General, 368 million spent on a one-day shutdown. Do you realize how many vehicles and printers and cell phones that money could have bought for police stations in vulnerable communities? How do you justify 368 million? What was the risk grading of the shutdown? And how long did it take you to approve this? That's my one question. My second question, you also have the January 8th state that was held earlier this year in Western Cape. General Sibiya came here and he told us that the entire SAPS top brass descended on the Western Cape, and he told this committee is normal practice. It happens every year. Now I want to ask you, how much did it cost SAPS to have the entire top brass here for the ANC January 8th statement? Because that involves accommodation, that involves flights, and how do you justify? Please don't tell me you don't have an amount for January 8th, because that was yesterday. Thank you.
Chair, in terms of the evidence from General Sibiya, Chair, I cannot vouch for that because I did not go to January 8th. So it might be incorrect that the entire executive management or management of SAPS went to the January 8th. I did not attend the January 8th in this particular regard. In terms of the risks, as I indicated, Chair, one of our responsibilities is to ensure that there is public order. We protect the safety of the inhabitants of this country as well as their properties. There would have been a proper security plan that would have informed the level of resources to police such down, and a request for us to support the work that would have been done by the operational environment would have been submitted in this particular regard. I do not believe that SAPS leadership would wake up and decide to then deal with things that they would have.
You're not answering my question. What was the risk rating?
I cannot recall, Chair, in terms of the security plan that was there, that in terms of the risk grading, I cannot.
What risk grading will justify 368 million?
I believe a high risk.
Excuse me?
High risk.
High risk,
Yes.
which is what?
Sorry, Chair.
High risk in terms of what? Because you said you allocated this budget to support the one-day
High
shutdown.
risk in
So if
terms
it's a
of-
high-risk event, what do you mean it's a high risk?
In terms of ensuring that there is public order and the properties as well as the safety as well as order where this
So you were
unrest will
protecting
take
properties.
place. Chair, there is a security plan led by the operatives. I normally do not have sight to that particular security plan, and we trust that plans as well as discussions as well as
My time is
threat
almost up. How much did you
assessments.
spend on the January
not
8th?
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.